Hello and welcome. My name's Colin Christopher, and today I'm going to be talking about manipulate the sale. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to have you here because I'm about to show you how to exactly increase your sales using psychological tools and techniques that sell more. You're going to love it. I'm going to show you how to consistently make more sales in less time without making prospects feel uncomfortable and chasing them away. Now, in the age of social media, everyone has computer strategies from Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, sales funnels, all that kind of stuff. And in the middle of all this, it's getting harder and harder to connect with real people in person. So if you're in sales where you need to connect with people, actually talk to them versus the online disconnect, you're in the right place. I mean, take a second. Can you imagine what you could do when you know how to make prospects feel comfortable in just a few seconds? Wouldn't that be great? How much easier do you think it would be to sell them your product or service if they were comfortable with you right away? Think about how your prospects would look at you differently, in a good way, because you understand them. That'd be pretty great, don't you think? I think so. Now, after saying all that, you're probably wondering why you should listen to me. Well, I'm a keynote speaker, stage hypnotist, and subject matter expert in hypnosis. I've been a guest expert on hundreds of TV and radio shows all over the world, on networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, ESPN, and tons more. And I've been a featured expert in hundreds of publications like the LA Times, Daily Mail, and Psychology Today. Now don't take my word for it. Google me. Or save some time and check out colinontv.com and watch around 50 of my TV interviews and read over 100 different articles where I'm featured. Now some of my clients include Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Staples, Ernst & Young, TD Trust, Bell, McDonald's, Princess Cruise Lines, Husky Energy, BMO, CIBC, and the list goes on and on. I'm also the author of Manipulate the Sale, Manipulate the Date, and Success Through Manipulation. Now, those books are all based on my work as a clinical hypnotherapist helping people, and you can check them out on Amazon or your local bookstore. Now, basically, over the last 20 years as a hypnotist in Canada, the US, and internationally, I've helped over 500,000 people using psychological tools and thought manipulation. I'm going to show you a quick video of one of my TV interviews so you can see what I'm talking about in action. This is me on Fox in Seattle. Here we go.
Here right now on the spot. You can put them to sleep right now.
Yeah. Guys, just look in my eyes. Deep breath in. And sleep in your chairs now, relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper. The deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper the relaxation you go. And as you're relaxing, you don't believe to be true, the person beside you is just turned into a warm, soft, comfortable pillow. You just want to snuggle your head on them. So on the count of 3, just grab that person beside you and snuggle with them and fluff your pillow. 1, 2, and 3. Grab that person beside you now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, rest your heads on each other. Oh, so soft, so comfortable. You love your pillow. Yeah, it's fresh from the dryer. It smells so good. Breathe that pillow smell in. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Oh, yeah, so good. The count of 3, you'll be wide awake. No idea what you're doing. 1, 2, and 3. Wide awake now. Wide awake. I thought we talked about this with your husband already watching. I don't know.
We still
Buy me drinks first, gosh.
And now you feel Friday.
It's
now
weird.
you feel totally normal. Well,
You
no,
listen to him. You just
I still
listen
feel
to his
groggy.
voice and you're into it.
So, in the video, it looks like I hypnotize people in 1 or 2 seconds. But in reality, hypnosis doesn't happen that fast. I actually had to lay the groundwork from the moment I met those two so they were comfortable, they felt safe, and trusted me enough so by the time they were ready to be hypnotized on TV, it looks like it happens in 1 or 2 seconds. Essentially, I had to sell them into being hypnotized. Now, with the same psychological tools you saw me use in the video to make them do what they did on TV, I can use to help you get inside your own head to manipulate the way you think so you can be more confident and sell more. I mean, just imagine what you can do if you can create a comfortable, genuine, and trusting relationship with someone you just met. What would it be like if you could easily portray yourself as confident in just a matter of a few minutes of mental training? Imagine how much easier it would be to sell your products and services to someone that believes in you. What could you do with that kind of knowledge? These psychological tools are the cornerstone of all my accomplishments. Performing, seeing clients for hypnotherapy, making self-help products, getting on TV, it all required one very important thing: active selling. About 80% of my sales are from going out, actively meeting people, building relationships, creating referral partners, and picking up the phone. The other 20% comes from indirect selling like advertising, promo materials like brochures, business cards, websites, social media, all that stuff. Now, if you don't know how to actively sell and make the right connections, you're leaving a ton of money on the table, and you're making way less sales than you could be, especially compared to inactive selling. Compare this to how you sell. Are you leaving money on the table? Could you be connecting with clients effectively and closing more sales? Now, over the span of years and years, I figured this out the hard way, through trial and error, guess and test, and honestly, more rejection than you can shake a stick at. You get the cheat. You get the easy way. Most people in business, most salespeople I meet, they sell the hard way too. They start with inactive selling. Now, when I say inactive, I mean marketing and advertising. You got a product, a service, you spend a ton of money promoting it. A realtor goes and gets a realtor's license. She spends on business cards, print ads, websites, marketing online, Google AdWords, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, looking for listings, looking for buyers, looking for sellers. Now, when I first started inactive selling, I spent $8,000 on marketing. In my first year, that got me 2 leads and one $400 sale. You don't have to be good at math to know $400 in sales is pretty far away from $8,000 in expenses. My inactive selling created a massive financial loss. My advertising budget was gone. I had no leads. I had 2 choices. I could quit, or I could learn how to actively sell right away. So let me ask you, how do you sell? Are you doing it the hard way, spending time and money hand over fist on inactive selling? Or are you out there doing active sales? The second way salespeople sell the hard way is spray and pray. You go to a networking event or a trade show, that kind of thing. You spray everybody with business cards and pray someone calls you back. Meeting people is great. The problem is, without a system or a plan or the skills to consistently create genuine connection, no one calls. The other spray and pray is cold calling. With cold calling, statistically, you have to call the same person anywhere between 8 to 12 to 15 times, and a good close rate is anywhere between 1 in 20 to 1 in 50, depending on what you're selling. That's a lot of rejection. If you've ever done cold calling, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The third way salespeople sell the hard way is they target their friends and family. How many network marketers do this? Think about it. How many times has a friend or family member approached you? Now, nothing against network marketing. I love good network marketers. There's some great stuff out there. But for most people, approaching friends and family, it puts a strain on your relationships. And the list is small. How many friends and family does anyone really have? Now, one of the easiest ways to sell is by referral. If you've ever had a good referral, you know exactly what I mean. With a good referral, on average, you have to do 2 to 4 follow-up calls, and your close rate goes up to 1 in 4 or 1 in 5. Compare that to cold calling. Now, when I have referrals, customers feel comfortable. They want to work with me. They call me back, and I can make way more sales in less time. And so after selling the hard way and comparing it to the easy way, I realized I wanted to figure out how to replicate the whole referral scenario with a stranger. As a hypnotist, I had the psychological tools, but I needed to figure out a system to apply the tools effectively. Essentially, I had to figure out how to consistently make more sales in less time without making a stranger feel uncomfortable and chasing them away. And I spent years and years actively selling, testing different psychological techniques, figuring out, learning, perfecting how to do this. Now I call that the long, hard way. So instead of the long, hard way, can you imagine doing this the easy way with a proven system in a short period of time? Do you want the easy way where you have a system that allows you to quickly and easily increase your active sales? Do you want a way where you can create and communicate comfort, safety, and trust to a person you've just met? Do you want the easy way where you can reduce the number of follow-ups you need to do? Do you want the easy way to consistently close more sales in less time? Sure you do. Can you imagine what it's going to be like someday when you can walk into any room, have the confidence to talk to any stranger, and consistently turn them into a client that will buy from you and refer you to their friends? Can you imagine how much time and effort you'd save? Can you imagine making more money with less time and effort? I have a disclaimer. Right now, I'm going to walk you through specific promotions and systems that are helping salespeople make more sales in less time. My personal results are certainly not typical. Of course they're not. I've been at this for almost 20 years. And the average person who attends any training gets 0 results to start. However, I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for me for free. This is not for get-rich-quick people. This is for serious people in sales. You will have to do the work. You're going to have to learn, practice, and perfect what I'm sharing with you. You're going to have to develop the skills and practice active selling before you will be successful at it. I mean, when you learned to ride a bike, did it happen overnight? No, you had training wheels, and when you were ready, you could ride on your own. And you've been riding without ever really thinking about it ever since. You don't have to focus on, keeping your balance or pedaling one foot after the other. You've developed the skill. You get on the bike and you ride. It's the same with active selling. So here are my 3 big secrets to consistently making more sales in less time without making prospects feel uncomfortable and chasing them away. Secret number 1, I can create more quality leads in 1 day of active selling, usually for free, than I can spending money on inactive sales. Now in my business, my current appearance fee is $5,000. And to make $10,000 a month, I have to sell 2 hypnosis shows or keynote speeches. Now I also have live training programs and year-long coaching programs that I charge even more money for. But for easy math, I'm going to start with the shows and the speeches. So based on my personal 1 in 5 conversion rate, that's 20% closing, I need 10 quality leads a month to make $10,000. That's 2 to 3 quality leads a week. Now again, it's a little different in every industry and the math is going to be different, based on your commission rates and what you're selling. For example, realtors love this training because their commission structure is a lot like my fee structure. And so they really understand the numbers. But it works great for car sales and financial services industry people too, especially when they start focusing on the higher ticket items that give more commission. Now obviously the more you make for whatever you sell, the less people you actually have to meet to make your numbers. But think about that for a second. If you're out actively selling with the right psychological tools and meeting 10 people in a day and selling 2 of them, imagine what you can do in a week. Why not go out and meet 30 or 50 or 100 people? What do you think using the right psychological tools would do for your sales? What does active selling mean for your bottom line? How much time would you save? Speaking of time, that leads me into secret number 2. Active selling is much less time intensive and usually way more fun. And there's 3 reasons active selling is much less time intensive. Let's start with social media. Active selling is definitely much less time intensive. If you have any experience with social media, you know it's a full-time job. Now, if you have deep pockets and lots of time, you might make a profit. With active selling using the right psychological tools, you can go out and focus on creating a quality relationship right now in a matter of minutes. And you can replicate that very easy for free. The second reason is connecting with a prospect comfortably is as simple as being open, being honest, and being your best self. When you're actively selling using the right psychological tools, you get to spend your time being and building on the person you are to create trust. How many salespeople have you met that create doubt in the minds of their buyers and disconnect with them just by being someone that they're not? The third reason, once you're good at creating comfort, safety, and trust, you can do it in any social area of your life where you're meeting people. I was on a plane a couple months back talking to an engineer, and he sent me a referral to do a training at his company. I didn't even ask for it. We talked the whole flight about his wife, his kids, him going to school, and how he was traveling for work. When we were landing, he finally asked me what I did for a living. I gave him a quick spiel, and that turned into a referral because the psychological tools I used helped me create a relationship. The psychological tools helped me create a natural referral. And that leads me into secret number 3. I only need a little targeted planning to eliminate the competition and make this work. This is what targeted planning looks like. Step number 1 is deciding where I want to work or who I want to work with. I look at events where my competition, entertainers and speakers, where they don't go, but the event still has buyers I can meet. For example, when I want to connect with real estate agents, I go where realtors are going to be. One of my favorites is social events by major banks. Banks are always putting on their events for mortgage specialists to meet realtors. And I go there to meet both because all their sales can benefit from my Manipulate the Sale program. But you know who's not there? Other entertainers and speakers. Step number 2 is reconnaissance and research. Once I know where and who I'm targeting, I research the event so I know how to fit in. Now, if you don't know how to fit in, you will create discomfort in the minds of your prospects. You have to know how to blend into the environment. So basically, you make people feel safe and comfortable when you're blending in. Do your research. And step number 3, I go out and meet people and form relationships. Now, it's not enough to go out and just meet people. When I'm prospecting, I use Manipulate the Sales psychological tools. And one of them I'm going to give you right now. I create social proof. Social proof is simply having the approval of the group. When I get to the event, I meet the organizers, and I make sure prospects see me talking to them. The organizers are the leaders, and they already have social proof. Socializing and having fun with the leaders transfers their credibility to me, just like you're more likely to trust a friend of a friend versus a total stranger. Now I use this and other psychological tools to create comfort, safety, and trust, and then I form relationships. Once the relationship is formed, then I convert them into buyers and referral partners. Now, isn't that awesome? I make a great living meeting people. And when I do, I'm creating 10 to 20 quality leads in 2 to 4 hours of prospecting, and I'm closing 1 in 5. Now imagine if you had the right psychological tools to consistently create quality leads like that. Think about how much money that is. Imagine if you could actively create 30 or 50 or 100 quality leads in a month, or if you're a go-getter, in a week, and close 1 in 5. That's the great thing about Manipulate the Sale. It's a license to create quality leads whenever you need them, and it works anywhere you can meet and socialize with people. Imagine what doing this would do for you. What would it do for your sales? What would it do for your family? How would this unique training help your whole life? How would you like to implement this revolutionary process in your business? How would you like to get the psychological tools of Manipulate the Sale? Here's how. Manipulate the Sale is a live training program, and it's great. I teach, we practice, we role play. There's lots of people asking lots of questions. I can respond, and everyone's immersed in the experience. They're sharing their learning. It's awesome. And the total value of that live program is $1,997. Now on this video, I'm offering you Manipulate the Sale broken down into 8 weeks of online video recordings. Each week you're going to have homework where you go out, you meet prospects, and practice the skills in real time. The program comes with a print copy of the Manipulate the Sale course companion, and that goes hand in hand with the training. I set it up this way so you can learn and master the individual psychological skills on your own. And the total value of the recordings in the course companion is $497. Now you're probably wondering why the investment in the live event is more than the recordings. And that's simple. The live event is full immersion. It's condensed, and you master the skills faster when you're interacting with a group of like-minded sales professionals. Now rest assured, everything is there in the recordings in the book to master the tools and the skills. The program is complete. Now the full training description is at manipulatethesale.com under the 8-week sales training tab. It would take me 30 minutes to go over the contents of the training. I know you're going to read about everything anyways, so check that out after the video so you can see everything you need is there. Bottom line, over the 8 weeks, you're going to learn to sell more by connecting, communicating, and creating meaningful, genuine relationships with prospects and clients. You're going to do this by learning active selling so that you can create quality leads, book more appointments, close more sales, and be a sales champion. You're going to learn to communicate effectively so you can capture attention, build instant rapport, stand out from the competition, and make prospects ask for more. You're also going to learn how to build relationships so that you can create lasting, meaningful connections, make yourself a socially valuable leader, reduce follow-ups, and earn more money. This will help you consistently make more sales in less time by making prospects feel comfort, safety, and trust. I mean, think about it for a second. If all this did was make you more confident selling, would it be worth it? Yes. If all this did was help you talk to 10 more quality prospects a week, would it be worth it? Yeah, I think so. If all this did was make you 1 extra sale a month, would it be worth it? Absolutely. If all this did was give you a competitive advantage, would it be worth it? I mean, what's going to happen if your competition has these skills, this edge, this advantage, and you don't? I mean, what's 1 extra sale worth to you? If you're serious about sales, you make big commissions. If you sell one product, if you get one commission, would it make sense to pay just $497 one time? Sure it does. You can get started right now for $497. All you have to do is click on the button under this video or visit manipulatethe.com/go. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the training.